guys to, you know, if you guys, does anyone have any questions for Coach Drew in the first place? You know, Q&A really quickly. Anything about, you know, the players he's trained, anything? Nothing?
How many professional players?
So he asked how many professional players have I trained? I've probably trained, I don't know, a third of the NBA at some point. You know, right now I've got a group of guys that I work with that's like 12 players that are like my full-time guys. And then we have, every summer we probably have 50 NBA guys that come in and out of the gym, just like if they're in LA and they want workouts. But no, I've got a core group of guys and then just a bunch of other people that just randomly pop in. My favorite NBA player? I don't have one. I can't have one. I don't have a favorite team. I don't have a favorite player. I'd get in trouble if I said that.
Are you training to like anyone?
Am I trained to what? I don't have any rookies right now. No, most of my guys are really young still, and so I've really just like locked in on them. It's hard to work with a ton of players. You know what I mean? So for me right now, my focus is like the guys that I have. There's a couple guys in this draft that I'll have, but last year I decided not to do pre-draft just so I could be available during the playoffs to all the guys. Yep.
Is there any like main city that you do your workouts with NBA players in, or do you just
LA. Yeah, I live in LA during the off season. During the season, I live on a plane. But yeah, I mean, LA is home during the season, or during the off season. So basically, what happens is at the end of the season, all of my clients, they all come out to LA, and we spend like 2 months in LA. Then we go to Miami for a week, we go to New York for a week, then they all go to their teams, and then during the season, I just go around and travel and see all of them. Like last night I was with Joel Embiid in LA. You know, tomorrow night I'll be in New York with RJ Barrett and Zach LaVine. They play against each other on Monday. And then I'm going to Philadelphia on Tuesday to see Joel against the Bucks. So like I'm just nonstop just traveling around and just helping them out as much as I can. Who's my best player? That's tough. I got 2 guys in the top 4 of MVP voting, but I'm hoping Joel wins MVP this year. But you know, I've got a lot of good players. I mean, the guys that you guys know: Brad Beal, Zach LaVine, Jason Tatum, you know, Joel Embiid, RJ Barrett, Tyler Hero. I mean, we got a bunch of guys. So college players, the only guys that I worked with in college, you know, I had a couple guys that came in and out, but it wasn't anybody that was like my full-time client. Jaden Ivey from Purdue, I worked with him this summer. Mark Williams from Duke, I worked with him this summer. Caleb Love from North Carolina, I worked with him this summer. So those are the 3 guys that I worked with this summer. But a good story, Caleb Love last night had 27 points in the second half, right? And he had 30 points total. Caleb last year shot like 20-something% from the 3-point line. And he came out to LA and we completely we changed his shot. But the reason I say that is he was a McDonald's All-American. And he was humble enough to say, you know what, this is an area of my game I need to improve on. And we did form shooting for like a week. Literally for a week we didn't even shoot on a basket. We were just in there working on a couple mechanics. He a lot of times jumped and then shot instead of shot like with one smooth motion. He also liked to lean back, and so we worked on him keeping his shoulders stacked. And so I would hope that the thing that you guys take away from that is that a guy that was a McDonald's All-American that's playing the starting point guard in North Carolina was humble enough to take a whole week of just form shooting. And it shows you guys the value of just like slowing down and breaking down things so you can build it up eventually. How did I get to what? So I started working with Brad Beal when he was 13. I was 17. So I was a senior in high school. He was a freshman in high school. I started training Brad. And then once Brad became an NBA player, you know, as he started getting better, a lot of other players started seeing the results. And so then I started training David Lee, which was an NBA All-Star back in the day, John Wall when he was at college and then his rookie season, Isaiah Thomas, a bunch of different other players when I was in college. And then, as you guys know, when you guys pick your trainer, what do? You look at who else, what kind of players have they helped. And so fortunately, I've been able to help a lot of guys get results, and so more guys, want to get in the gym.
That's good.
I can't hear you. So Tyler Hero, we started working out this summer together. So this is my first year with Tyler, but he works super, super hard. The big thing that I would tell you guys is, if I could share what separates those NBA workouts from the youth workouts that I see, number one is NBA players just work with so much more purpose. Everything they do, every little detail matters, everything they do is sharp, everything is game-like. That's the first thing, purpose. They have more purpose. The second thing is they have a plan. They don't just go in the gym and kind of figure out what they want to work on that day based on how they feel. They have a plan where they say, all right, this whole summer, this is what I'm going to work on. Here's the first couple weeks, here's the second couple weeks, and they have a plan. So first thing, they have purpose. Second thing, they have a plan. The last thing that I think matters is they crave coaching. They love when people critique them. They love when people give them feedback. They love when people say, you know what, stop, that wasn't perfect, here's how you can get better. Some of you guys, I thought, did an amazing job today of slowing down and building it up. I thought some of you guys did a great job when coaches were pulling you aside of paying attention to little details. But I think if you could take away something from today, it would be that details matter, that you got to develop a plan so that you can consistently improve over time. And the third thing is you have to be willing to accept criticism, and you have to almost crave coaching so that you can improve your game over time. Everybody loves, when you get, clapped, but that's not how you get better. Applause are great to kind of, give you a reward for all the hard work you put in, but criticism and coaching is how you get better. And I tell people all the time, when I was in high school, I could not stand, my freshman year, I hated playing defense. And my high school coach would not play me. Offensively, I shot over 50% from three as a freshman. But he wouldn't play me because I wouldn't play defense. And I thought about transferring. I thought, I was like, man, my coach is tripping, just like you guys have those moments. And my mom was like, you ever thought that your coach is trying to help you? He knows where you want to get to. You want to play college basketball. And sure enough, my junior going into senior year, I played against a guy named Kendall Marshall, who was a North Carolina point guard. He ended up playing at Carolina, played in the NBA for a couple years, and I locked him up. And after the game, I ended up getting 12 new Division I scholarships, one of them being Belmont, where I played at. And so I look back and I'm like, thank God that I had a coach that cared enough about me to make sure that I was doing the things that I needed to do, not just the things I wanted to do. And for me, at Belmont, we lost, my senior year we opened up at Duke, we lost by 1 point at Duke on a buzzer beater. We played at Cameron Indoor Stadium, played at Kansas, which, Frog is one of the best arenas. I played in 2 NCAA tournaments. I got to do all of that, but a lot of that probably wouldn't have been possible if I wouldn't have bought into that thing that my coach needed me to, which was defense. Some of you guys need to work on finishing with your offhand. Some of you guys need to work on your footwork. Some of you guys need to work on your shooting. But what you have to do is you have to be open to coaching and criticism if you really want to get to where you can.
All right, give a round of applause for Coach Drew. All right, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys learned and take some of these things and work on them. Before you guys leave, we have shirts for you guys. Just stop at the front desk there. And then, obviously, hopefully we'll be seeing you guys with me if you're around. I'm in the area, obviously, and I train similar to Coach Drew. So I'll see you guys soon, and thank you guys again for coming, and see you guys.
Good job, y'all.